A dynamic warm-up for tennis is of massive, massive importance. It's going to both decrease your chance of injury and decrease the chance you come out of the gate slow and you're getting warmed up on the court, playing bad tennis, and getting yourself in a hole. I'm Dr. Joe, licensed physical therapist and sports performance coach. Today, I'm going to walk you through a dynamic warm-up that I give to my players. It's going to use bands, all that fit in your bag and that you can travel with. It's going to be on the relatively quick side. It could probably be about 10 minutes. It should result in you being a little bit out of breath, breaking a bit of a sweat. That's how you know you're getting ready to play. I suggest starting with this warm-up, and then from this warm-up going into your on-court warm-up, and from there being completely ready to play, to dominate the tennis match, and make sure you don't get injured. We're going to start this warm-up with what I call a prep phase, which is just simple use of bands to get the muscles started contracting. I'll take a band, we're going to go to shoulder level, palms down, elbows straight, and we're going to pull apart here. And we're going to repeat this either 15 repetitions or until you feel a little bit of a burn in the posterior of your shoulder or between your shoulder blades. We'll go straight from that movement to dropping down, elbows at the side, pulling apart. Again, 15 repetitions or until you feel some muscle burn. That muscle burn tells you you're sufficiently warming up. We're then going to go a high-low pull apart here. Again, 15 or until there's a burn. And then here. Next position, we're going to grab the band similar to that first one. We're going to pull it apart. But this time we're going to come back and we're going to press out. Give you a side view. So we are simultaneously pulling the band apart to keep tension and then pressing as like a bench press motion. Then we are going to grab a band, switch to our lower body. We'll slide this up over your knees. Put some tension on the band and we're going to step sideways. We're going to do 10 steps sideways. Hopefully starting to feel some tension in those muscles. After the side steps, we're going to get a little bit more dynamic, and we're going to do skater steps. So you're here. So very similar, except we're throwing one hip back behind us, starting to get multi-planar movement. We're going to repeat this about 10 times, or until we get a little bit of muscle burn. We'll kick the band off, and then we're going to progress into a more dynamic movement pattern without the bands, but still putting plenty of stress on the body to make sure it's sufficiently warmed up. For the second portion of this warm-up, I like to keep my racket with me because I just like to start getting the feel of manipulating the racket in my hand before I start playing. The first movement, I'll set it down next to me though. I'm going to start in a plank position. I'm going to walk myself all the way up as far as I can, and then walk it back out. I'll walk up, walk it back out. This is going to train both shoulder stability as I get in this loaded position with arms above head, as well as work on hamstring flexibility in this top position. I'll repeat that 10 times, then I'm going to lower myself down, and I'm going to start pressing my chest up. This is called a prone press movement. We're starting to warm up the lower back, get it ready for that extension we see, especially during the serve motion. So we want to make sure these joints and muscles are loose and ready to go. After 10 of those, I come back to standing, and this is when I like to grab the racket as I start performing a crossover squat. Here. So I'm stepping back and I'm crossing over my other leg, getting that multi-planar movement, really getting ready for those positions when I'm going to have to lunge and go after a ball. After that, we do a grass grabber. So one leg, knee stays a little bit bent, and I'm here. So I'm using that hamstring length. I'm working some dynamic balance, and I'm moving with pace because I want to get the hamstrings warmed up. I'll switch legs. And again, this is another good 10 repetitions here. Perfect. I'll now go into a step, lunge, and twist. Racket out front, lunge, twist toward the leg I lunge with. And 10 repetitions of this, 10 repetitions to the other side. You should start to feel some fatigue in the legs. That means you're waking them up and getting them warmed up and ready to go. Again, dynamic warm-ups make us ready for the game when we're moving fast. So we got to get some pace in it. Then we're going to progress into our last movement. We're going to lunge to the side, load that knee, twist through. Come back up, load, twist. Notice as I step, my knee stays over top of my toes. Then I add the twist. What I don't want to see is a step to the side, knee cave in. Knee has to be out here over top of the foot, sink into it, and rotate. We'll do 10 of that, and we'll go 10 to the other direction. Again, I'm giving you the abbreviated version, so this video isn't too long. But you want to go through each of these movements one by one. I'm going to display on the screen all the movements along with the repetitions involved. But feel free to make your own little adjustments so you can put the appropriate amount of tension on your body to make you feel like you're ready to play. When you're done, you should be like I am. A little bit out of breath, starting to sweat. That means you are ready to grab your racket and go into your full warm-up where you start getting the ball in the air, working through your ground strokes and your serves. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments of this video. Before you go, I'd love if you hit like and subscribe if you found this video useful. Have a great rest of your day, stay healthy, and keep playing great tennis.